Hello everyone, Nick here. Today I'm going to show you how to runecraft through the Abyss in RuneScape 2007. So the first thing I want to show you here is the gear. The idea here is that we want armor that will reduce our weight as much as possible, as this will allow us to run longer. And graceful outfit is a good option for that. However, I wouldn't say it's required. I would say though that the spotted or spider cape and the boots of lightness would be used. Those are helpful. We're going to need glories. This is for teleporting back to Edgeville so we can bank and go back to the Abyss. We're going to need a pickaxe or axe. Rune is best, but it doesn't have to be. And this is for going through the obstacles in the Abyss. Here I have a shield that gives me magic defense. Elemental shield also has low weight, so it's a good choice. Now this helps against protection from PKers and from the Abyssal Guardians in the Abyss. Lastly, I have the Ring of Dueling. This isn't required as well, but I often forget to swap my glory for a new one, and so Ring of Dueling helps me get back to the bank, and I can get my new glory. So next I want to go over the bank setup and inventory. Now I have salmon, energy potions, S, and a bunch of glories. Now the salmon is helpful because you're going to go through the Abyss, you're going to be attacked by the enemies there, and salmon will help you heal up back to your full HP. You could use other food, but this is relatively cheap, and since they don't hit you much, this is a good option. Now you can use energies or super energies or even stamina potions, but the idea here is that you want to keep your run always full. You never want to walk while you're runecrafting, otherwise you're going to have slower rates. Now we're going to need S obviously for making our runes, and the reason I have 20 glories is so that I don't have to go to the Fountain of Heroes every trip. So without further ado, let's do our first run. Fill up the pouches. Yeah, that's one thing I forgot to mention. The pouches you would like to have is all the pouches that you can use. I can't use the giant pouch as I'm not 75 runecrafting. However, I'm using all the other ones. And these just help you carry more S, therefore you're getting more money and more XP per trip. So teleport to the Abyss through the Zamorak Wizard. Find an obstacle. Squeeze through obstacle, the distracting of eyes, the mining of rocks, and the chopping of tendrils are the 4 obstacles here. Well, you can also burn the boil, but that takes an inventory slot for your tinderbox, and I wouldn't recommend that. So if I wasn't using a pickaxe and I had an axe instead, I would be chopping tendrils, going through the squeeze through, and the distracting of the eyes. So let's do our first real bank run. Now, as you saw there, I actually ate my salmon first and then sipped my energy potion. Now what this does is allows your energy potion sip and the salmon to be consumed in the same tick. If you did it the other way around, it would be slower. So small things like that actually improve your performance while you're runecrafting. And also I'm moving my view down here so I can find the wizard sooner, so I can teleport him and stop worrying about finding him. That helps you speed it up there. And also, you want to get into the middle ring of the Abyss as fast as possible. This is because you're going to spend less time running in here as you would in the outer ring. So, going back to double cosmics. After the animation here, unfill the pouches. After the animation here, teleport to Edgeville. You get the idea. So let's keep it going. Oops, there's a goof. Now you don't always need to grab an energy potion and salmon. You should keep an eye on your energy and your HP and make the best judgment before you get to the bank so that you know what to do when you're at the bank. And also at the bottom there you see it has my My amulet has 1 charge. It's also a good idea to keep an eye on that so you know when to swap your glory. But like I said, if you forget, not a big deal, because you should have a ring of dueling. Oh, quick tip on the abyss, by the way. There's a lot more monsters at the bottom of the abyss. The north side is actually a lot safer. And also, a quick tip, if you have 83 combat, you don't need to worry about the leeches attacking you. Now this is actually a lot better than you think because the leeches are incredibly accurate and they'll be bringing down your health ever so littly, but it adds up. But if that's an issue, you still got the salmon, so recharge glory. And I forgot to unequip it before I showed up, but it's not a big deal. I would say though, bank speeds are very important. You actually do spend a lot of time swapping out for new runes, and if you do that for 100 trips, you're going to get less XP and less money. So if you're doing this extremely fast, you could get around 800,000 coins doing double cosmics. I don't remember what the cost is for natures, maybe it's around 600k. But for either, you'll get around 18,000 experience in runecrafting. Doesn't sound like much, but that's how you do it. Runecrafting is not a skill for XP, it's a skill for money. So there you have it. That's how you runecraft through the abyss. Hopefully there should have been some things in there that you didn't already know that you can use to speed up your performance. And oops, I goofed, I brought my energy potion with me. Oh well, it's only 8 experience, so it's not a big deal. Or if you look in the money, it's only 300 GP, but still. So when you get PK'd, it's usually by the Zamrak wizard. So I'd keep an eye out. If you see a PK, you can just world hop, log out. They'll try to entangle you or teleblock you. So having that shield can help with that. However, if you do die, you have a bunch of glories in your bank, so you can teleport back to Edgewell, run and get your stuff. Make sure that you bring Mage Prey on though, and maybe a couple food. You should be fine. And if you do lose your glory, it's not very substantial. I think right now they're about 40k, but you make all that money back runecrafting, so I wouldn't worry about that. For me, I definitely would worry about this graceful, as it's taken many hours to achieve that, which is something you risk if you do use it. So, and there you have it, guys. I hope that helps. Do this last run and I'll conclude the video. All right. So there you have it. Remember, you got these items at the bottom of your bank. Energy potions, food, lots of glories. And you should be all set. Thanks for watching.